Salutations, citizens of planet Earth. It is I, Lord Nicholas and Ryan the Puny, for another episode of Civilization Beyond Earth.
Seriously, Nick. Go away. I might be able to build a trade convoy. We're going to... Ooh.
I'm assuming, by the way, that you can edit out bits and pieces of the audio.
Well, a bit. I don't want to have
A
to do
bit.
too much.
Yeah, I know. I was just going to say, by the way, have you said that the episode end, episode start?
Right. What I'm going to do... People here might hear this. I don't know, because it depends how lazy we get. But essentially, I'm going to watch it and cut out boring bits. And that means when we finish recording, I'm going to get us to say a few outros and a few intros and splice them in.
Yeah.
Happy?
That makes sense. Okay, that does make sense. You're very smart, Ryan.
Because that way, it doesn't matter how long we record for, because it seemed like it was on purpose.
The tips and tricks you learn when you're in the industry.
I don't often like to do that. I do like rather time it. But then I also have to bear in mind sometimes things can be boring. So like a death run in Dark Souls 2, for an example, is one of those times, like a corpse run, I will edit that out. Again, the population for free. What next? Farmer Lab? We'll go Farmer Lab. God. My health is on 0. But I'm healthy, that's cool. 0 is healthy. That guy's going to be so upset. So still. Yay, reverse polarity. Do it.
Am I losing it? Cultural burden. Our scientists have detected a weak radio signal nearby. Its signature is definitely human. We should investigate the signal's source. There's no telling what we may find. It's a quest, but it's not giving me any instructions.
Basically, in those situations, what you have to do is take an expedition person there, wait till turn 400 and something, and then it'll tell you to do something. From my experience.
But it's not even telling me to go somewhere.
Oh yeah, no, I only found out when I tried to build a farm on a tile, and it was like, if you do this, you'll fail that quest. This is ridiculous.
Oh, that doesn't even get me started. I once excavated an ancient tomb, and it was like, for a quest, and then it was like, oh yeah, you need to send in a military unit. So I was like, okay, I'll send in a military unit. I sent in the military unit, completed the quest, and it said I completed the quest. And then about 5 turns later, it pops up saying I had failed that very same quest. I was like, what?
You're clever.
I was like, what? What? I was like, I had done it. Why are you shouting at me now that I haven't?
So if you guys haven't guessed, we think there's faults with this game. Actually, I found a really good subreddit. Oh, well, it wasn't a subreddit per se for this, but someone posted in the subreddit all the things. They kind of had different labelings of how bad they thought the thing was. So not everything they thought was like, this is game breaking, this is... You know, some things they said, look, this is kind of like an oversight or, you know, like a design fault as a whole, but it's not game breaking. All these things, they have categories. And some of them were really right. Like, for example, when you look at tech, it's really very... It's not a very colourful tech web, let's be honest. You know, you could have a bit more. The only thing that actually really stands out is the affinity stuff.
It's very difficult to see wonders.
Yes, that was what they said.
Yeah, to see the difference between wonders and buildings, and then to see like the difference between buildable tiles, so tile improvements, and then passive benefits to tile improvements.
There's things like that they said will design over, you know, things like that. Lots of some actually, you know, like you listen to these people and thought, after I've played this game, I completely agree with you.
And see, it's sad because I am such a big fan of Civ that I don't look at this game and I just don't want to believe that they rushed this.
Oh, it's so obviously, I think, rushed.
I really don't want to. I would rather them tell me that they just forgot. And I'd be like, I believe you. I believe you, oh mighty Civ creators.
Do you know what this makes me feel like? It feels like... did you play Saints Row 4?
No.
I feel like it's like that, because Saints Row 4 was originally meant to be an expansion pack, but they're like, well, we've worked on this long enough, we're going to make it a full game.
Mm.
And it kind of came out in between like an expansion pack and full game gun, because it wasn't really anything... My god, they're really spreading themselves out as well. It wasn't anything game-breaking in the ideas department, if you know what I mean, but...
Yeah. It was just like a reskinned version of Saints Row 3.
It wasn't even really that reskinned. Let's not kid ourselves here, Nick. It looked pretty much the same.
I mean, I not played those games.
But it was fun, but it wasn't much.
I mean, I'm going to admit it here, my PC can't run those games. I essentially have a hamster inside my PC that runs occasionally to power it up. That's how bad my PC is.
My civilization is finally my expansion. It is done. What do I call this one? I will call this
Ultramar.
Fine. I think that's how it's spelled. That'll do anyway. That is how it is called now.
That is how it is spelled. I like my second city's name. It makes me smile on the inside.
What did you call it? Fabricator beta. Sorry, I didn't show you that sooner, guys. That's his fabric. I've got 7 pop. What's my main pop on? Wow. Right. Just to insult you, I know you're quite a few turns ahead of me on this, right? You're about 10 turns. I have built 2 colonists out of my main city.
Look, okay. You need to understand something here, Ryan. Okay? You need to understand something. That is, you don't chat shit about Mechanicus Mars. Okay? Robots have trouble procreating. Okay? It's a soft issue for them. They don't like talking
sure it's not
about
a hardware issue.
I didn't want to go there. Because that is also something they don't like to talk about. Their hardware. It's a rather embarrassing thing to talk about. Us robots don't like having to talk about our hardware. We feel vulnerable. You should know better, Ryan.
Oh, it's been too long since I played a multiplayer game with a person I know. Actually, a multiplayer game from
with a human being.
Genuinely, it's been about
no.
What?
I went to put a. I just want to shoot myself. I went to put my miasmic repulsor in the air, and then my computer glitched left about 5 tiles.
It's happened to the best of us.
So I just misplaced it.
You really haven't done that much exploring, because you've explored. Oh, actually, do we share what you? Yeah,
we share vision.
Yeah, I've done so much more exploring than you. Get your ass.
Let's be fair here. I did lose 2 explorers, 2 worms.
Well,
like.
Yeah. You're useless. Seriously.
I get that a lot when I play Civ games. People just can't see my brilliance.
At least you're not backstabbing me.
Yet.
You can't.
Yet.
The worst thing you could do is, like, set workers to build miasma in my area. Organic growth. So what we're going to do we're going to increase production.
Hey. Have you built... What are you...
I've built every building that we can.
Okay. Genetic mapping and power systems get built next turn, so that means our geothermal wells and our quarries are going to be more improved, and we'll have the gene vault, and then we're going to get an infinity and supremacy and purity.
Ultramar has grown, it now has 2 citizens. Ultramar, you need to worry about your... we're going to get you building... Can we buy anything in Ultramar first off? Purchase. We will build a trade depot, and then we will also then build a cyto nursery. Increase it by 1 time.
I now have two explorers out, Ryan. You cannot complain that I am not exploring now. Whether they die or not again is not my fault.
Well, it is your fault. You're in charge of.
Shut up.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Just shut up. Shut up. This is what playing with me on one of these games is going to boil down to, me singing to you.
You did that normally anyway.
It's true.
I don't need to play.
This is
I
what
don't need to
my
play a
viewers have
game
to
with
put up
you.
with me. Oh, I was actually playing a really fun game. I really get interested to find out what the viewers are gonna like see it in, because I haven't decided. I fully recorded the series. What do you want to go down tech-wise, by the way?
I've already started on robotics.
Robotics. I'll pump into that with you.
Yeah, no, I mean that's perfectly up to you. That's.
What was I going to say? Yeah, I'll let you build the gene vault. It's just sitting there. It's telling me to build it, but I'm going to resist. And I'm going to go for trade convoys instead.
Yeah. Activate. Add to queue. Do I hold off on the colonist for the gene vault?
Your choice.
Yes. Yes, I will.
Literally, I can't build anything else in Holy Terror. It is maxed.
Oh, there we go. And also, I'm going to get an extra population in 4 turns from Mechanicus Mars, so...
But what was I saying? Yeah, I've been playing this really fun game. I genuinely recommend it. I've had so much fun with it. I hope the video's entertaining. It's called Crazy Plant Shop.
Right. Okay. Doesn't sound that fun.
It is the best fun. It's about breeding plants, and with these plants you bred, you sell them off to people for bread. And it's really well done. I was very impressed.
So it's Plant Shop Simulator.
Yes. Pre-virtue.
I'm gonna be honest, that actually does sound pretty cool. I love, I love simulator games like Railway Simulator. No, not Railway Simulator, but like tycoon games, like the Railroad Tycoon,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And also a couple of simulator games, pretty good. Not like Flight Simulator. Or, oh god, Farming Simulator.
That's done to death. But no.
And Goat Simulator.
Do you remember the game Reset Here?
Yes, an item shop tale.
Right. One I might do a video on that when I get the time for it. Because
Yeah.
that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was. I love that. I love the fact it had the perfect balance between like a shop simulator and dungeon crawling, which was great. The only problem I had was the fact that there was a time limit. So it was like you had to progress. You couldn't do things at your own pace, and then if you did fail, you had to go all the way back to the start, which was a little bit annoying.
But you know, that's what we call roguelike nowadays.
Yeah, but I felt like when I did roguelikes though don't have a lot of story attached to it. With Reset Here, it did have the problem of you were watching the same text bubbles appear again and again and again, and they weren't small things. It was like the introduction to the game was like a good 3 minutes long.
Would you class it as a visual novel, really? I don't know if that's what it's technically.
No, because a visual novel, I would say, doesn't have failure states, which is why I don't call them a game.
Yeah, but some do. Some do. I'm pretty sure.
No, because the way I see it is, if you're playing one of those games, a visual novel game, they're not failure states. They're just conclusions to the story that you have led to.
You can say that about a lot of things, though.
But no, but it's like you know, when you had those create an adventure things where it was like, oh, Jimmy wants to, or Jimmy gets to a turning in the road. Does he turn left or right? And you go, oh, I want to turn left. And then it's like, it goes, turn to page 220, and you go to 220. It says, you were run over by a bus.
Yeah.
Please try again.
But I always
Like,
found those stories kind of irritating for me. I'm not sure about you, but I always wanted to know the right choice.
I see. I didn't have a right choice. I just read through them, and then I would just read through them again and again and again to get the different endings.
See, for me, there was a right choice. The right choice was the one that had the outcome that I wanted. But you only know that outcome when you've gotten to the end with these things. They're kind of annoying. I'd actually really like to do a playthrough of something like that, and because I was saying this to Alex, I really like the idea. I've actually tried recording them multiple times, each to their own failure, because there's always been a technical issue. The problem is, the reason why I want to do one is because then I get to do loads of silly voices, and I love doing silly voices, right?
Silly voices.
Right? I can't do
I
no.
love silly voices.
The problem again with visual novels is that the most of them are girls a lot of the time. They tend to have a lot of girl characters, and I realise my girl voices are absolutely crap. So I need to find.
I was going to say that's because you have the voice of a dark, booming man.
Well, indeed. But no, it's a case of so for me, I can't really do that many. I guess I could do something like, what was it? I'm going to name a channel for once, right? This is genuinely something I find interesting here. I watch Dodger play one recently. Yeah, I don't normally name drop other channels that I'm interested in. I avoid it. But she's been doing one called Dandelion, and I've been laughing my head off at that.
Dandelion is really fun.
It's
so kawaii.
They aren't that far from when I last watched it.
No.
Into it. But it is hilarious, and I'm really enjoying it, and it's all guys. So maybe I should do that, pretty much. Except for the main character is a girl, but then I could just be me for main character. That's allowed. That's allowed.
What you should do, I think, is you should, there are a number of things of those visual novels on Steam, but there are far more that you can get just by going online.
Oh, yeah.
As in, Steam has a very limited number of kawaii desu Japanese dating novels.
Wasn't the most famous one on there? What's it called? That Sakurai Soul or whatever it is, or...
I always thought the most famous one was Hatterful
Hateful Boyfriend. Yeah, that one. That one I don't ever watch though because...
Pigeons.
Lol, you've got a big alien this way. Oh, yeah, because I don't like birds. Birds scare me, so I would never want to...
Birds don't scare me. I just don't... I can't watch I can't watch a dating thing
With
about pigeons and doves, and it's like, what? That doesn't make sense to me. It's weird. It's just really, really weird.
I can trade with you from here.
Can you?
Yes, I can. I'm going to give you such a boost. You will love me for this. I'm going to take a hit for this. I'm going to give you 6 production bonus and 3 food.
Thank you for watching Let's Play Civilization Beyond Earth with Nick and Ryan. Until next time, bye-bye.
Bye.